Have you ever wondered why some people seem to achieve more in a single day than others do in an entire week? It's not luck, talent, or money. It's routine. While many wake up on autopilot, wasting hours on distractions and empty habits, the wealthy follow a set of daily behaviors that drive focus, discipline, and concrete results. In this video, you'll discover exactly what they do differently, from the moment they open their eyes to how they use their free time to grow, rather than just survive. If you feel like you're always busy but never progressing, or that your days pass without real forward movement, this video is for you. We'll reveal the hidden patterns that keep thousands stuck in stagnation, and how you can reverse that with simple yet powerful changes. Stay until the end, because you'll walk away with a clear, strategic, and repeatable routine that can transform your day and your financial life. Let's start by facing a reality few dare to admit. Most people live in survival mode. They wake up late, check their phones before even getting out of bed, and fall into a frantic, disorganized rhythm where everything feels urgent, but nothing is truly important. This is the portrait of a poor routine, not necessarily poor in money, but poor in direction. When your day begins reacting to the outside world, you've already lost. Now, compare that with the routine of wealthy people, and you'll see the opposite: intention, clarity, rhythm, and consistency. The rich don't wake up to chase the day. They wake up to command the day. The first hour is guarded like gold. No phones, no emails, no urgency. They start with focus, reflection, and mental organization, because they know how you start your day determines how you live your day. The brutal truth is that while some wake up to create, others wake up to put out fires. This is the first fork in the road that separates scarcity from abundance, and it begins even before breakfast. After this first hour of mental control, the second pillar of the wealthy routine steps in: the body. Sounds too simple to make a difference? Then understand this: body and mind don't operate separately. The wealthy incorporate physical movement early in the day, not because they want a pretty body, but because they know energy is an asset. Whether through exercise, active meditation, stretching, or even a simple walk, they activate their physiology before demanding productivity. In contrast, the poor routine often completely ignores the body. The person starts the day exhausted, without stretching, without deep breaths, not even drinking a glass of water. The result? Clouded mind, impulsive decisions, procrastination disguised as tiredness. The difference here isn't genetic, it's strategic. We're not talking about training like an athlete, but about giving your body the minimum it needs to return clarity, focus, and discipline. And at this point, every minute invested multiplies your day's results. Want more productivity? Start with energy. And energy is built with simple, non-negotiable rituals. Now that mind and body are aligned, we move to the third key point of the wealthy routine: strategic planning. Here lies a classic mistake of poor routines: starting the day without knowing what truly matters. When everything is a priority, nothing is a priority. People with a scarcity mindset live putting out fires, accepting external demands, and getting lost in low-impact tasks. The wealthy, however, have a daily map. They start by reviewing their goals, setting 3 clear priorities, and organizing time blocks for deep, uninterrupted work. This is intentionality. It's not about doing more things, it's about doing the right things. Many still believe productivity means being busy, but the truth is, busy is the perfect disguise for stagnation. The wealthy routine focuses on leverage, one well-executed task that generates exponential results. Meanwhile, those in reactive mode get lost in useless meetings, social media, and distractions disguised as urgency. Time passes the same for everyone, but results do not. And that's not luck. It's structure. It's clarity. It's a conscious choice of where to place your attention. Next, one of the most neglected aspects by those living in scarcity: the use of free time. Yes, empty time also reveals who you are and where you're going. While many use these hours to numb themselves, With series, social media, or distractions, the wealthy use them to feed value. Books, courses, intentional conversations, mentoring, result analysis. All this is part of the routine outside the work hours. The rich mind doesn't seek escape, it seeks evolution. It's not about not resting, it's about resting with purpose. Unlike those who wait for the day to end just to escape reality, those who build prosperity use this time as a trampoline. They know what you do between 7 p.m. and 11 p.m. shapes who you will be in the coming years. The poor routine distracts, the rich routine develops, the poor routine numbs, the rich routine refines. And here's a subtle detail. You don't have to become a robot. You just need to stop wasting your most free moments with habits that drain your energy instead of recharging it wisely. Another brutal divider between rich and poor routines is the relationship with food and sleep. It seems small, but these two factors define the quality of your mind. Poor routines tend to completely neglect what they eat, skipping meals, abusing sugar and caffeine, living in anything goes mode. And at night, the pattern repeats. Sleeping poorly, too late, immersed in screens, no wind-down ritual. The result? Constant fatigue, low immunity, irritability, difficulty focusing. Rich routines follow an almost invisible but extremely effective pattern. Mindful eating, prioritizing sleep, and a slowing down ritual before bed. They understand that good sleep isn't a luxury, it's a foundation. That food isn't just pleasure, it's fuel. This doesn't require money, it requires decision. And that mindset changes the game. The person who masters their physical energy builds more, resists more, and thinks better. Meanwhile, those living on fast food and 5 hours of sleep are always one step away from exploding or giving up. It's not about being perfect. It's about choosing what brings you closer to your best version every day. And perhaps the most invisible, yet absolutely decisive, point in the routine of those who build wealth is the power of daily review. Poor routines completely ignore this. The day ends and simply becomes another in the crowd. No analysis, no learning, no adjustment. It's a repetitive cycle of effort without direction. The wealthy do something simple but transformative. They review. At the end of the day, they ask, what worked? What held me back? What can I improve tomorrow? And this habit creates awareness. Every 24 hours, small adjustments are made. Better time allocation here, a distraction eliminated there, a priority reorganized, and little by little, excellence is built. The wealthy routine is a constantly evolving system, not a productivity prison. It serves the person, not the other way around. When you create the habit of reviewing your day, you gain clarity, and clarity generates consistency, and consistency generates results. It seems too simple to work, but precisely because of that, few do it. And that's where the advantage lies. Those who review evolve. Those who repeat without thinking stagnate. Now that you've seen each of these subtle but powerful differences between rich and poor routines, the inevitable question arises: what to do with this information? The answer is straightforward. Start small, but start with intention. Choose a single habit and install it as a non-negotiable pillar in your day. It can be waking up 30 minutes earlier and protecting your first hour. It can be organizing 3 real priorities for the day. It can be reviewing your actions at night. It doesn't matter where you start, as long as you start. Transformation doesn't come from radical revolutions, but from consistent micro-choices. And the good news is that routine doesn't depend on talent, money, or luck. It depends on choice. The poor routine is most people's autopilot. The rich routine is the conscious manual of the minority, and the difference between living in scarcity or abundance is hidden in what you do when no one is watching. Because in the end, it's not what you dream that builds your life. It's what you repeat every day intentionally and non-negotiably. And if you've made it this far, it's because something inside you knows it's time to change. We're not talking about magic formulas or empty promises. We're talking about awareness, about understanding that your financial, emotional, and even physical results are, to a large extent, a reflection of your daily routine. The rich aren't born with superpowers. They build systems. Systems that protect their attention, maximize their energy, and shape their discipline. And the big truth is that you can do this too. You don't need to wait for the right moment, because the moment is now. The next alarm you set, the next meal you choose, the next hour you protect, all this is already shaping your future. And every choice is a silent declaration of the kind of life you're building. So the final question isn't, what do the rich do differently? But rather, what are you going to do differently starting today? Because routine doesn't lie. It reveals, it builds, it transforms. And when you master yours, everything else changes too.